Manhood to me, as I've always been raised, is about stepping up and taking care of your responsibilities, whatever that may be, right? And responsibilities to me is kind of what you choose as your passion, your dream, and your role in life, right? For myself, I'm West Philadelphia born and raised. I am the first ever night mayor for the city of Philadelphia, or director of nighttime economy. And my responsibilities is making sure that I'm advocating for my community and for my city. And so manhood for me is making sure that I take that as an important thing and an important role.
Hi, and welcome to another edition of King Crush Thursday, the series where we highlight and uplift Black men, because frankly, not too many people are doing it. My name is Val Gay, and I'm super excited to bring this brother to you today. He is a Philadelphia-based professional. He is in business development. There is something called Nightmare that he works with. He's done a lot of things, and I'm excited to introduce you to him. His name is Mr. Raheem Manning. Hi, Raheem.
How's it going, Val? Thank you for having me. I appreciate the work you're doing as well.
Oh, thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you so much for being here. Raheem, we are in this forum trying to shatter. Shatter. I'm going to be bold. We're going to shatter some of the myopic narratives that the general public and the media generally has around Black men in our community. And so through this repository that we are creating, just 6 questions on our way to 100 answers by 100 different positive Black men. And so I'm so grateful that you are here, because ultimately we want a young king who may or may not have positive Black male role models in his life to come to this repository, see those same 6 questions answered by 100 different Black men, and hopefully find guidance there. And then for the rest of us who are neither male or even Black, for us to take a look into this community that is often so narrowly portrayed that we miss the beautiful nuances that I know and that you know exist in our community. And so I'm just so grateful that you're a part of this experiment, if you will.
I'm excited to be a part of it too. It's
Excellent.
Great work.
Thank you. Thank you so much. And with that, we're going to get started with the first question, which is, what does manhood mean to you?
Manhood to me, as I've always been raised, is about stepping up and taking care of your responsibilities, whatever that may be, right? And responsibilities to me is kind of what you choose as your passion, your dream, and your role in life, right? For myself, I'm West Philadelphia born and raised. I am the first ever night mayor for the city of Philadelphia, or director of nighttime economy. And my responsibilities is making sure that I'm advocating for my community and for my city. And so manhood for me is making sure that I take that as an important thing and an important role.
That's awesome. That's beautiful. And so please forgive me. I said nightmare because that's what I thought.
Yeah. No, it's like the nighttime mayor.
Nighttime mayor. Sorry
Yes.
about that.
No problem. It's a common misnomer.
Well, that is so awesome. It's so awesome. So thank you for that. Thank you for that, Raheem. And number 2 is who and or what is important to you?
Family. I'm from a really big family. We're super close knit, even to this day. And I think, anything that you are, who I am, is grounded in family. And that's where you find your roots at. You go out into the world and you end up branching off to a lot of places. Sometimes you leave here and you leave there, but you can always come home to those roots and to family. And that's family that, you grew up with, and that's your biological family, or those family that you have adopted over the years that play that strong foundation in your life.
That's awesome. Yes, yes, yes. So, Raheem, how do you want us to see you?
I want you guys to see me as someone who is, prospering, despite all odds, right? One thing you're doing with this series is highlighting a different narrative about Black men in the country and what we do. But a lot of times our foundational roots aren't the best to set us up for success. And you have to overcome a lot of odds. And I think when people look at me and they see that I'm here representing the city or some of the other things that I do professionally is that, hey, I come from humble beginnings, right? And I've had to persevere through tragedy and triumph and just really stay focused as I continue to navigate through this life. I think a lot of times we don't give Black men, especially our Black boys, the opportunity to overcome the traumas that they've been through, right? A lot of times is don't talk about it, don't ask any questions. And, when you make it somewhere, you don't put it as a part of your story, but I've overcome traumas in my life and I've had to deal with who I am. So I think that's a really good part when you look at me, like, I may come off polished in one point, but listen, I've been where a lot of Black men in this country have been, and I've dealt with a lot of Black men in this country have had to overcome. And so when you look at me, see someone who has made progress, who is continuing to make progress every day.
That's wonderful. That is wonderful. Excellent. So Raheem, question number 4 is, what is your epic dream?
My epic dream. That's a good one. I think my epic dream is to take my family, meaning future wife and kids, I don't have any now, around the world, right? So I'm a world traveler myself. I've been over 200 cities worldwide. And it's all something that I kind of had to do myself, right? As an adult, forge that path to go visit places and see the world. Because it's so often that society paints us in a really small light. And they regulate us to the cities that we grew up in and to the neighborhoods that we grew up in. And they even plan our futures for us based on where we were raised. But we have the world is ours, right? And so I can't wait to take my family and my future children and show them hey, we may be from Philadelphia because, that's where I love this city and I plan to, be, but the world is yours and that's going to change your perspective. And I think if a lot of our Black boys keeping it on subject and Black girls, got to see what the world had to offer, how small we are, how big the world is, how small some of the problems we have are, their outlook and their perspective would put them on different trajectories.
Yes. I totally agree with that. That's so awesome. Excellent. So question number 5, you actually have been giving us a sneak peek into the answer for this question implicitly, but I'll ask you explicitly. Mr. Raheem Manning, who are you?
I am Raheem Manning, a West Philadelphia born and raised native, Overbrook High School graduate, an alum of Clark Atlanta University in Atlanta, Georgia, HBCU. I am a world traveler. I am someone who is a thrill seeker, certified skydiver. I row, I run, I bike ride, I motorcycle ride. I love to get everything that this world has to offer. I travel. I am literally someone who leaves nothing on the table when it comes to this thing called life.
That is so awesome. That is just so awesome. Excellent. So here we are already at question 6, which is there anything that I should have asked you that I didn't, or you wanted me to ask you that I didn't? In other words, what did I miss?
So I think that is very broad question because I think I'm a Pandora's box. So there's a lot we can sit and talk about. But in the sake of time, and in the sake of keeping this to the narrative of promoting and uplifting Black men, I think that you did not ask me about how I overcome some of my traumas and how I persevered, because I think I can share a little bit with that may help someone looking at this, or to many Black men who are struggling with trauma and how to deal with that. So I think that's the question you could ask. Okay,
so Raheem, can you tell us question 6. Actually, it would be question 6.2.
Okay.
1. Can you tell us how you've overcome trauma in your life?
So first is recognizing that it's okay. It's okay to have dealt with trauma. It's okay to be not okay. I think my journey in healing started when I lost my mother, back in 2016. And so I had to realize that, with that loss, it exposed a lot of things that I tried to cover up or, man up about, as they say, and continue to push on. And I started my journey with an organization called Black Men Heal. They're a Philadelphia-based organization, but they've branched out nationally, where they offer free therapy sessions for, Black men who are seeking to start that healing journey. So I, applied to their organization and to the program they had. I participated and I got a therapist, and I was able to talk about some of those things that, we never really realize how it affects us, right? We can point to the trauma, we can point to the incident, we can point to, the disappointment or things in growing up. But sometimes we're not able to just, ascertain or discern how those things show up in your daily life, how you deal with people, how you interact, how you respond to things, what are your triggers? And I think for us Black men, it's really important because we also don't have many outlets that aren't formal, right? I think some other cultures and some of our other, our counterparts, our female counterparts, are sometimes allowed to be a little bit more vulnerable on a regular, or that's in a social circle or with a best friend or something of that sort. And as Black men, we really don't have that outlet as often as we would like. I think the generation is shifting a lot. I think as I develop deeper relationships with the males in my life, we're getting there, and people are starting to to normalize Black men expressing themselves and feeling vulnerable and kind of finding a little bit of that friendship therapy. But for those who may not have that outlet, which was me at one point, I think therapy is a great way to start that healing journey to overcome trauma. It helps you in every endeavor in your life. Once you realize, who you are, what you are and why you are, you'll be able to kind of really start tackling those goals of where you want to be, where you want to go, and what that epic dream is and how you're going to get there.
Thank you. Thank you for that question. It's beautiful. Thank you. That's so wonderful. I'm so grateful. All your answers are just really wonderful. And you are the epitome of the narrative shattering answers, right? And so what did you say? Rowing and skydiving. Good gracious. Water in the air and running. Got the earth, water, the air. All you need is a little bit of fire, right? Yeah. And so I'm just really grateful for you, for the work that you do, Mr. Knight Mayor. And I honor you, my king, and I just pray that you will continue to become even more of who you are, that you will continue to rep your community, because I too am West Philadelphia, born and raised, right? And that you will continue to be a shining beacon for the rest of us to see. And so I'm really grateful for you. So thank you so much for joining us today.
Val, thank you for having me. Thank you for the work that you're doing. Thanks for uplifting our Black kings. We have to do it more. And, I love that our sisters are always there to do it. I mean, they're always there to lift us up, always there to carry the burden when we can. And that is just how we continue to build this generational strength, right? People talk about generational wealth all the time, but how do we build generational strength? How do we build generational healing, generational progress? And I think, by being there for each other and uplifting us and telling each other's story and supporting each other is going to always be the way we accomplish that. Like, as Black people, our family base and in our community base is always going to be our strength. And it has been our strength. And that's how we've endured. Now let's turn that into how we soar.
Oh, that's beautiful. Beautifully stated, sir. Beautifully stated. And it is true. I do feel that I am my brother's keeper. Literally my brother,
my sisters,
right? And my father, my uncles, all of this is the reason why I started this, because I know the beauty of our community. I don't want anyone to look at the men who I love in my life very myopically. I want them to see the breadth of who they are, the wonders that they are. And I'm so grateful for their presence in my life. I'm grateful for your presence now in my life, sir, and in my community. And so I'm so grateful. So thank you. And thank you for joining us. I hope you enjoyed this conversation as much as I did. And if there is a positive Black man, a king in your life who you want to see highlighted in this forum, please click the link below or in my bio, fill out the nomination form, which is how Brother Raheem got here. Yeah. And we'll take it from there. We are on our way to 100 different positive and successful Black men. Now we are almost at 100, which is,
amazing. It's amazing.
Yeah, right? It's amazing. And I will also say success is not what someone does for a living. They may indeed be a nightmare like Brother Raheem, but is more about the content of their character and the impact that they are making on the lives around them, starting with the nuclear family into the larger community writ large. We want to talk to those brothers as well as our nightmares so that we can see the full, as much of a full perspective as we can see. And so with that, stay tuned next week for yet another amazing king. And in the meantime, please remember to spread love and have a great day. Thanks so much. And thank you, Raheem.
Thanks so much, Val, and everyone. You guys have a great one.
Thank you.
All right.